actually learned about this from a Sec 2 student. He said, Mr. Ting, how old are you? Then I tell her, I'm born in the 1980s. Oh, then you're a boomer. Among my friends, right, you're the person who has the most experience so far because you are a performer. Am I right to just use this term? Okay, performer. Yeah. And then of course you have a very successful web page, Facebook page, right? The Madcravings page.
Reasonable.
Very good. I think it's very good, right? You get like 21,000 what do you call that? Followers, right?
Followers, yeah. Likes.
Likes, so, followers. I teach math, you know. And then all of a sudden now I gotta figure out like, social media. And then, okay, now my kid is only P1, right? But, you know, even at P1, he's like, he knows YouTube, he knows, wait, this magic guy, he knows Dude Perfect, Dude Perfect. Dude Perfect. Yeah, I was shocked. I said, huh? You know Dude Perfect? How come you know Dude Perfect? And then after that, there's this magic guy, Zach King. You know Zach King?
He does all the video.
Yeah, he knows Zach King. Like, I was surprised when I was like, how come you know all these internet people? People like me, what have I been doing? I'm doing mathematics, right? So I follow my heart, I keep doing maths. But then now a lot of people are starting to realize that, hey, social media presence, even parents themselves, this social media, the influencer is very big, right? Because everyone, even our ministers are on social media. Everybody is into this, so-called sucked into this internet and the social media space, right? So maybe you can share with us, a bit about your experience, a bit about how do you think we can make our interaction slightly more interesting.
Okay, I share you my take. As a marketer, right, I would say that platforms change, but humans' behavior, the nature, doesn't change. So what do I mean by that is like we all have that. We all have a core within us, and the way we behave and all that is by the stimulus that we get in and all that. So our output will be different. So long story short is, yes, our platform will change. The platform will shape the way we are going to interact and all that. But the inner desire of things will be the same. That means something that's appealing will always catch your attention. Then I say this, right? Then people are like, what do you mean by appealing? So Seth Godin has this thing called the purple cow.
Purple cow?
So there's this, he talks about this, and even for anyone that I share with them about viral video and all that, this is masterclass. I'll just put it out there. So Seth Godin has this theory called the purple cow. So imagine you're just driving down the farm or something like that, like driving down the highway, past the farm. If you see cows every day, you probably just, it's a cow. It's like cow. Yeah, we're not talking about Singapore context. Singapore context, the kids see any animal will turn because we are in a city. But what I mean is, if let's say you drive down every day, you go past the farm, you'll see all cows, different shades, but they are always in black, white, and brown and whatever it is. But one day, suddenly you drive past, there is one cow, it's purple out of the whole herd. Then it will catch your attention, and that becomes something appealing, and that is what he calls remarkable. Like you turn, wow.
So you're saying something different. That means don't always do the same stuff, or it can be the same stuff but in a different way.
I would say it would be, you can think along the line of the same stuff with a little bit of tweak. And that tweak, if you were to ask me, as a performer, it's really to inject that little bit of you into the what the norm is. Then you will have that innovation. It's very similar to how innovation came about. It's always building upon things that are already in existence, but there's that little tweak. And then that's how improvement comes in and all that. So that's what I see as like building that appeal.
I see.
That case,
yeah. Wow. Okay. That okay. So that is abstract theory, information. So let's say you want to put it to the parents or even the tutors context. An example. Okay, I just want to give an example. Could it be something like let's say I'm teaching math. If every day I just talk about math, right? It's like a cow, right? That's seeing cow every day. But let's say I inject a bit of you said inject a bit of myself, right? Inject a bit of yourself. So I'm naturally, I always crack a lot of lame jokes to my students. They always say, you damn lame, all this stuff. So that's injecting a bit of myself. So that would be a bit of a purple cow. Do you think there's something like that?
So, okay, this is something I do share with people. People ask like, then I just be a bit different. Then I just be, like you say, like, a bit of injecting a bit of the lame self. So it depends on how lame you are, like lame, yeah.
I can
on the extreme end of like being outstanding and outshining everybody would be a little bit like, okay, I'll give you an example. Like you see how, you know, Stephen Lim?
Yes. Okay, that's a little too.
He's on the extreme side, lah.
Yeah.
He's injecting
I'm not
himself.
going there. I'm not going there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying the extreme side would be that.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
he's still like very remarkable in the sense like, okay, he's funny. You remember him. So it depends on what image you're building. And if you're talking about as yourself, I think maybe your no offense, but your baldness might be something they like to make fun of, and it becomes
all the time. Yeah.
And it has to be relatable. Like if let's say you become a character that is relatable to them, then you build the bridge already. Everything that you try to try to establish a character that can relate to the audience. Yeah. So I share with you one thing. We're talking about appeal right now, right?
Yes,
so I share with you one thing. So it's quite related to what we're going to say. In fact, I've talked about it quite a number of times.
Yeah, sure.
Every time people would,
Wait. For all tutors out there, okay, I in our channel we have tutors. I know there are tutors who are watching, right? So I think this is the most important part, right? Appeal, right? How to capture your audience attention. Okay, so Bertram is going to talk about this right now.
Okay, so let's shift the word appeal aside first. So in the overall, because I want to bring to the bigger picture of how I came to the word appeal also. Every time people ask me how did I started, like how can I be so like captivating? So in the past, when I first started out as a magician, that's where I started to learn how to be more interesting on stage. And imagine you got kids, like a full setting of kids, right? You really have to capture their attention.
Yeah.
So I didn't learn through the traditional way where people go and read like body language. I did go and read but it's not very useful because most of the body language books, they will be teaching you how to catch people, how to lie, read the micro expression, all that. Yeah, all that I know, but it doesn't apply on the kids context. Then if I have to watch other magicians perform, like as in they were to release books and all that, but they will be sharing with me their character on stage, so it doesn't fit mine. See, it's a different story on the other end, so it doesn't count also. So I was scratching my head and thinking, where is the best source? And then I found out that kids love to watch cartoon, right? So I chanced upon the 12 principles of animation, which is what Disney always use.
Okay.
And it's like my secret manual. I've done courses to tell people about this and share with this, but not many because it's a bit of like my own secret. I don't really go and share. So if let's say our context is kids, children, okay, we're talking about children, right? The 12 principles applies very, very well for them because it's all about animating on stage, especially for now. We want to be more animated and all. Let's take away all the vocal variety and tonality. We take that out to capture their attention, right? These 12 principles works no matter what, because for me, I believe it works. So there are things like you have to be moving in arc. That means the way you move, right? If let's say you have to move like that, okay, we move A to B, it's a straight line.
Yeah.
In some way, right? To kids, I don't know what's the science behind it for now, but the more circular things are, the more arcs you have. That means you move from point A to B, right? You can move like that. It's an arc thing, and it captures the attention, and also So it's a whole 12 principles. And I told you I'll create something. I'll put on my IG later on to share.
Well, I'm definitely writing notes now, man. Disney, arcs, animation,
principles.
principles.
Principles of animation. In it, it has a lot of juice. Of course, there are some I have to contextualize to a real-time performer. So there are things like exaggeration. That one, it's a must. So and we also have got the stretch and the bounce that we have. However, I learned that if you are addressing a different type of audience, like for kids, they would really like to see you and really have the bounce when you talk and like that. But for kids, I'm not sure about teenagers.
Teenagers are different already because they want to be like adults. They want to be treated like adults. They're not adults.
So
but they want to be treated like adults.
You still can inject a bit, but not a lot. So I do Toastmasters, right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Must talk about that. Later must remind me.
Yeah. So I got feedback before. It's like, hey, Bertram, why you always bounce? Then I'm like, what's wrong with bouncing? Because I was thinking about my principle that I rely on so much. I use this to what they call 摊家. I make a living out of it and entertain kids. Bouncing is normal. Entertaining kids with all the hype and the energy is normal, ma? So they said, no, we are Toastmaster. Must be a bit more formal. So the target audience different. Like huge. So we got more of the boomers. I mean, more mature people in there, and different expectations.
Another phrase, right? So okay, you're the first to tell me about this. No, you're the second one to tell me about this phrase, boomer. Okay. I actually learned about this from a Sec 2 student. He said, Mr. Ting, how old are you? Then I tell her, I mean, born in the 1980s. Oh, then you're a boomer. Then I'm like, what? What is the boomer? What's the meaning of boomer? All these weird stuff, no, I tell you, all these phrases I learned from the students, I know.
Technically speaking, if you're born in the 1980s, you're not considered a boomer though. I mean, technical terms.
But they don't know, they don't understand. They don't have all the technical stuff. They only know that you're old, are you boomer? Then boomer, they will throw me into one kind of, what do you call it, stereotype. Right? They have their own stereotype. Boomer must be like that. Okay. Okay. So parents who are watching this, right, you need to understand, not only us stereotype students, right? Even though stereotyping is not a good thing to do, but right, everyone is unique. But students also stereotype adults, boomer, right? I don't know if you heard of this term, boomer. Go and find out.
Boomer.
Okay, boomer.
It came from baby boomers.
Yeah.
So it refers to the baby boomers, if you understand.
Old people.
then it became like, okay, boomer. Then after that, it is old people, and it becomes like a slang that is used to describe a very old-fashioned
stereotype.
Then I would say sometimes play by the stereotype can be quite fun also. I have no idea. Any student use the okay boomer on you yet?
Huh? Like no. But no, okay, because the student couldn't figure out, am I a boomer or not boomer? So that's why she asked me in the whole class. Hey, I say which year are you born in? Then I said 1980s. Then she said, then she was like, okay lah, you should be a boomer lah, something like that.
Technically, you are the Gen X. You're Gen X, I think.
I don't know, man. All this
go and share with me. No, Mr. Ting not boomer.
Then I'm gonna argue with her. Then she'll say, "There, you boomer already. You argue with me and all this." Never mind. But I understand. I think as a tutor, as a parent, we have to pay a bit of attention, to be a bit sensitive to all these trends and all this stuff that's going on, so we can have a bit of a conversation with them. If not, they will shut themselves out from us. That's my experience, right? Yeah. So like what you mentioned, right, in your Toastmasters experience, which later I'm going to probe a bit more, you say that the target audience is important. So I totally agree with you. Secondary school students, I behave in a certain way. Primary school students, I behave in a certain way. Now in primary school, I even categorize upper primary and lower primary. So lower primary is a lot of stories, a lot of jokes, a lot of bouncing here and there, which is actually very tiring. For me, because you see, I started off with upper primary. Upper primary means slightly more serious, but a bit of lame jokes and all this stuff. So it's still okay because I am more of a how should I put it? Problem solving kind of person. I'm the problem solving. I like to solve problems. I can solve math all day long, But you want me to solve math and then have to do a bit of entertainment, that's a bit out of my DNA. That's that, right? So I gotta learn a bit, right? So I understand. I cannot be like, I cannot be like, hey, you're P3, and then I always deploy discipline, because I understand if I always deploy this thing called discipline, and I always use the stick, use the stick, say, hey, you are supposed to sit down, you're supposed to sit down, you're supposed to sit down. I don't think it is a very good way to engage. So definitely whatever you're saying here, right, is very important to me. Right, your principles, talk about the principles of animation and all this stuff. Wow, it gets me thinking, right, that I should tutor or maybe even parent. As a parent, right, you have to deploy a bit of, should we put it, I think I can term it empathy or deploy a bit of flexibility in the response. Flexibility in response. I think that's my key takeaway so far after talking to you for the past 15-20 minutes. Flexibility, because you can engage children through your magic. You can engage online, right? Okay, we talked about that already so far. And the last one, of course, is your Toastmasters experience, right? Okay, can you share? I know, okay, from our text messages, so I know that you are semi-finals. Is that you're now in the semi-finals? Just share a bit more.
Okay, I'll share with you a little bit more. So it's my first. Officially my first year. Last month was officially my first year in Toastmaster. And quite recently, before COVID hit, they had their competition going on. Like it was the start of the new year, then they will have competition. So I was in my first experience in a competition. I joined. So it went from club, then area, then division, and now I'm at the district. So what I learned is that the district is actually the highest for my category that I won. Okay, then I managed to go all the way up to district bank. Like I'm very thankful, very grateful. So I'm in the humorous and table topics contest
Category.
right now.
Yeah.
Category right now. So next week it will happen. Then
Mm.
I in my club and area, and also my club and area first. I won top. I came in top for all of it. That's how I keep progressing to the next level.
Yeah.
Then
any video somewhere, social media video about you doing the?
Yes, there is lah, but I never go and honestly I never really see much though. Like, I never go and review those because I when I practice, right, I either practice with my camera myself and that's it. I watch and then I just keep learning. If I go back, then to retrieve like it's a bit of a issue, logistics issue. I go and find. So I think it's better that I just practice straight on like that. But if I can find any, I let you know. Then let me see. What else?
Yeah, so experience. That means I think a lot of parents would be interested in. First of all right, if I'm a parent, right, do you think it has benefited you? You know, going Toastmasters, because I know I mean from our talk, I know that you are able to get attention. You know how to be flexible, right? So probably, you know, going into Toastmasters, which is a bit more serious kind of engagement, right? Means that you have to change, right, a lot of your strategies and all this stuff. Right. So maybe you can share with us what are some of your the ways, some techniques, you know, or some things that you learn about public speaking or getting attention even at the Toastmaster level.
Okay, so the 12 principles still work. The 12 principles still work. Just lesser bounce, or maybe the bounce is not so energetic. But for me, like the dynamic self is still there. And it's still the 12 principles that I use to follow through, you know. The appeal part of things is so if you look at the 12 principles, right, one part of it is called appeal. So that's where I learned about what charisma is. So in animation, right, they talk about being charismatic. You don't have to be really good looking. For me, I'm really short and I'm decent looking.
But you got baby face, though.
Okay,
your baby face can last you a lot.
So this is what we call appeal. This is what we call appeal. So you just have to have a characteristics. That means if let's say I am drawing a character, I'm an animator now. I'm going to draw a character, right? If I were to draw a normal human being and I put him in the animation, it doesn't look good. So in animation, they have this principle which is appeal. So to add charisma, you exaggerate for people that let's say I have a belly. So if let's say the person is drawing to make me more appealing as a character, they will make the belly bigger, the body, like the head smaller or something like that. So it becomes an appeal, and that's what they call charisma. Character also. Character so building, it builds it builds the charisma of the character. That's the right way of saying it. So understanding this, right, it changes the game for me. Like you understand what is charisma and all that. People look at things that is appealing, and appealing is something that's charisma, and charisma doesn't mean good looking. So that is one thing we have to know.
Self-confidence. Am I right? That means be confident of your let's say I don't have hair, right? So I'm fine, you know, it doesn't hit me much. Okay, but to be frank, when I was, if it's 10 years earlier, you know, it might have hurt my ego. You know, but after talking to all the kids for so long, it doesn't matter anymore, right? To me, it's like no big deal, right?
In fact, it can become your strength.
Yeah.
If let's say, I have a friend that used to be balding. Then he asked me, hey, how do I look better? I said, actually, you are. I don't judge lah. You're fine. Then after that, I said, okay, I know. Go and shave everything bald. More
the Rock, right? Is it the Rock?
Yeah, something like that.
The Vin Diesel. But I know the muscular type also. I'm the skinny.
It doesn't matter. So it's just playing by the tricks, and it captures the attention, and it becomes, if you understand this principle and you make the exaggeration there, right, it will build up that inner sense of confidence. Because confidence is, I don't think it's something you next morning you wake up, I'm confident, then you're very confident. No, it builds bit by bit.
Correct. It takes a while. To be honest, when I kena the first time, when the student was like, hey, Mr. You don't have, it does hurt a bit. Then after maybe 2,000 times, it's like, okay, no big deal. You know, then eventually I sort of overcome the insecurity, you know. Overcome the insecurity, it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, it's a natural thing to happen, you know. So I can't do anything about it. I just, you know, you can talk as much as you like. It doesn't bother me anymore. In fact, I can talk about it here, talk about it to the live stream, and, you know, in YouTube videos, right? And then I feel a lot of freedom. So I think not just tutors or maybe kids can probably learn a bit or two about all this. So from your Toastmasters to insecurity, to building confidence, I think you probably have taught us quite a bit, right? In this
Let me
very
share with you
short.
one more fun fact.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
My award-winning speech was actually about my height. So I'm very short. I'm actually 5'1". Super short. I mean, like even for Asians, it's considered short.
You okay? I mean, okay. The first thing when I meet you, even for the first time, that wasn't the first thing I noticed. I just noticed you're a very bouncy, cheerful kind of character.
Okay, so thanks for letting me know. I didn't know that. So that my height was a bit of a obstacle for me to overcome. And when I first started in magic, right, it was actually the one thing that is troubling me also, because as a performer, being tall will be your advantage. So I didn't know what to do. Then I finally understood what I need to do. I play by my height. I deliberately got I would say a long tail coat, like a costume. Make it long and play by it. That's just like I'm the funny uncle that's very short.
Just let it be,
so,
right?
I let them point that out. And fun fact is, you can think of funny ways to play with. They'll say, hey, why are you so short? Then sometimes you can just take it as a joke and say, no, it's very tall. Then make them feel very happy or something. But if they are very mean, right? Some will be very mean. So they put me very deep. Then if they say too much, then you really don't want to entertain them. Then you look at them and say, oh, I didn't know you can be so mean. Then they become like, hey, because nobody will tell them in their face. I don't know. Like, all these things takes time, and they help me learn comeback lines.
Yes. Exactly, man. Comeback lines. Yeah. I got one. I just thought of one. I remember one of my students keeps talking about hair, and then I turned to her and said, do you have friends? Are you sure you have friends in school? And then suddenly the whole class was like, oh, they know that I'm trying to be sarcastic back to her, and then trying to tell her subtly, don't be so mean. You know what I mean? That is one incident that I remember. Yeah. So by exposing ourselves to all these so-called adversities, right? Things that you want to hide, I stop hiding anymore. Just open up, just let it be. See, like that, it's like that, we actually become more confident. Correct? Yeah, I think that's a very big takeaway. Because let me just explain to you. I have a lot of students, right, who are insecure about a lot of things. It can be height, it can be about poor family, it can be I don't have the latest gadget, it can be I must always get the latest gadget. A lot of students all actually have this type of insecurities, right? So I think it's also important, right, for us as tutors or parents to address so-called address these issues. Maybe as an example, not just
I can share with you one part. So height was always a thing for me, like a troubling thing for me. Thankfully I use that as an inspiration to win my competition. That's one thing. But the thing is, I think my parents, they're very Asian. They don't know how to handle this kind of thing. They are not like the Westerners. They come down and they talk to you and all that. So there are things that, if let's say we're talking to parents right now, right, I would say, no matter what you try and tell them, I don't know if they have. There's actually a movie. There's this kid. He's born with a very distorted face. Then they should go and watch that movie. Like they would learn something. Like no matter what parents will tell them, my parents will tell me, you're okay lah, we got short. They will always tell this. Then they'll say, you look very handsome. But then deep down inside, because we already have got low self-esteem, right? You just look at the parent. You say that because you're my mama. You say that because you're my dad.
Yes.
So there's always that disbelief. I don't believe in whatever they say, no matter what they're trying to say. So the truth is, as parents, I would say that technically we can only do that much, but you have to be there when they're really hurt. Like we cannot go and tell them, like, they're short already. You cannot purposely go and tell them, hey, you're not very short lah. You're being sarcastic and not taking them seriously. But maybe you can ask them things like, so how can you play by your strength? Like really lead them and guide them how to make use of things to become their advantage. I think for myself, it's I'm the second child. So thankfully I don't have a lot of attention from my parents. That's why I got a lot of freedom to do a lot of things. Which is one of the reasons why I got a lot of time to explore within myself. I read up how to handle all the very awkward situation. I don't know how to handle them. So the key is, if I want attention from my parents, I will go and seek. I'm not sure about other kids, but I will go and tell them, I will really go and seek and try to get. So parents have to, as I would say, if from my personal experience, as parents, they should let the kid grow, just really
freedom,
move.
A bit of freedom, must let go a bit.
Be very aware of the slight changes, like if they are doing things to catch your attention or not. then maybe just put 1 or 2 times. And if they don't say, you also can't help. Technically speaking, I really believe like when they don't say, right, you got to just let them be for a while. And if they really need help, they will come to you. But you always have to be ready to drop everything down and listen to them. Then they will, that's what I feel like.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because a lot of times like parents will say, oh, I'm always there. But okay, I see before cases like they always say they're always there. But when the kids really need the attention,
just drop and pass to them.
They won't. A lot of them cannot just drop. So to the kid, it's like, you're not there for me.
Well,
I mean, the immediate signal is you're not there for me, what?
Yeah. But to be honest, I'm also guilty of that. No? I think almost every parent is guilty of that.
Yeah, in Singapore, that's right.
Yeah,
It's something that we try to develop. So if we cannot drop everything at once, probably have to treat them like adult and tell them, really using words to express ourselves properly. Like say, I feel like this is my personal experience and what I wish to get. If I am in that situation, I would hope my parents would turn to me and not lie and say, hey, don't do this later, I can't do so. So I'd rather tell them, I really have trouble at my work, or I have a lot of work myself, but I promise you I will attend to you at this timing. That means I say 2 hours later, I will be ready and I will attend to you. This is how I treat my niece. I know they need my attention, I'll tell them, I'm busy editing my video, I'll come to you 1 hour later. And soon, 1 hour, that means like it must be 1 hour.
Keep your word lah. Keep your word.
Keep the word. And cannot be. I personally feel it has to be 1 hour. It cannot be earlier. It cannot be later. I just feel that you have to be very firm on that kind of promise. When they need your attention, you tell them this. So it drills them. They know, okay, you'll always be there. And you say 1 hour, it's a promise. You will be there. And it becomes like a conditioning for them also. They know you're always there as long as you say. And they'll take your words seriously. And it's a good thing in the long run. They will buy into your word also in the long run. That's what I feel, and that's what I've been doing with all my nieces.
Wow. Okay. I have a very, very big key takeaway so far. Right. Just to summarize all the stuff that we have been talking about. Right. It's just one word, charisma. I mean, this is my. I just want to spend about 30 seconds. The last 30 seconds, 1 minute, right? Just to summarize very quickly whatever we have been talking about. So first, we started talking about your ability to gather attention, right? From a performance point of view, from online point of view, and from a Toastmaster point of view. So just to summarize everything, I think it all boils down to charisma. And charisma comes from confidence. And confidence comes from accepting your own whatever flaws that you have, and even to the point of playing towards your flaws.
You have to accept first, then you can
accept. And then you play towards the flaw. Wow, I think this is a very, very, very big key takeaway.
Okay, right? I need to add on one more thing though.
Yes.
Acceptance doesn't mean like, okay, let's say I went through a transformation, for myself. I went through a physical transformation in the sense I know that I'm short. So that's something, it's permanent, I cannot change. Okay, because it's bone structure. If I want to change, I need to do other things. So I don't intend to do that. I don't intend to go and saw my bones, all that.
Oh, no lah.
So that's why. Okay. But I know that being fat, I was short and very fat. You know me back then.
No, I'm okay. You look fine.
Now I'm okay. Like back then, I was really very unhealthy, very chubby. When I was pursuing my career, then never worked out, nothing, very unhealthy. So I know that being fat can change. And I know that I want to be healthy. So accepting is one. Then knowing whether it can be changed or not to your ideal state.
I see. Yes,
it's key also lah. Because if let's say I see that I'm chubby, then I say I should accept myself. Then if it's bad for my health, I know I'm gonna I'm gonna get diabetes.
Yes.
Then I still continue. I accept. Then it will be very bad. So we have to be very logical when we come to accepting also.
Wow, you really round up everything nicely for me. Really. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's a lot of stuff within 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's really a lot of key takeaways, right? So I really appreciate your time.
I have a Facebook platform, Madcravings.SG, and right now what I'm doing is I'm doing a lot of live feature of food to support the local hawkers. Coming this holiday, I'm planning for a mini contest for kids and parents to join in, but the focus will be on the kids. So it will be parents filming the kids cooking. So it's I would call it Madcravings Digital Master Chef. So if parents are listening and you know that your kids are interested in like making videos, cooking, want to be featured, do check out my Facebook page, Madcravings.SG, and I will put out the details very soon. And also, if you are F&B owner, you need a shout out. if you feel that your food is good, drop me a text. I'll be more than happy to feature for you. Absolutely free for now. Because it's COVID. I think I just want to support the local business and local F&B.
Okay. Awesome, man.